My name is Sarah Pinkston. I am an aviation electronics technician on board the USS Ronald Reagan. We work on aircraft components, radars, computers. The AT community is broken down into two different parts: the organizational O-level side, which are the squadron level ATs. The I level is the intermediate side, which you'll find in AIMDs, FRCs, CFAFs. So the squadron ATs will pull a box off of the aircraft and turn it into our supply department. Supply will then disperse to the appropriate work center within AIMD. That work center will then hook up the gear to an OTPS, which is hooked up to the CAS bench. CAS stands for Consolidated Automated Support System. We also call them big blue beasts. They are very loud and they run on a program that pretty much when a fault comes up on the system will tell us in general basically what's wrong with it. A lot of times, because the programs are a little bit older, they aren't always accurate, so we get in as eye levels and we actually break those parts and components down and troubleshoot to the resistor. Some is just to the circuit card, depending on what our capability is on that gear. Then at that point in time, we will send that gear to the 2M shops for remove and replace of that component. They will then take off the old one and then solder on the new part. Send it back to CAS shops. CAS shops will then reinsert it back into the box that it came out of, rerun it, and make sure that it runs end to end on the CAS bench. We call it RFI, ready for issue. We then take that part back to supply. The I-level guys are done at that point in time with the gear. Then the O-level comes get that box and they put it back on the bird, and the bird is ready to go. It's difficult to be an I-level AT because it is a much slower pace than O-level, but there is some satisfaction when a piece of gear that comes in is so broken that other people struggle to try and figure out what's wrong with it, but then seeing that piece get further and further and further until it's completed and it goes out the door as an RFI. So you have to actually know the gear and how it runs in order to be able to fix the gear. Otherwise, you're just replacing the same part over and over again.